Hello everyone, welcome back to Bumble Stitches Flossmas. It's me, Nicola, again. I hope you're all well, and yes, today is Wednesday the 20th of December, so we are getting closer and closer to the big day. I hope you're all well since I saw you last, which was Monday. You'll be pleased to hear that I am now much closer to being organised for Christmas. I have one small thing to pick up before the big day, sort of present wise, which I'm pretty certain I can grab tomorrow, and then it's just the grocery shopping which I need to tackle on Friday. Now most of it is already pre-ordered at M&S. My lovely mum took care of that, so I just need to pop in and pick it up, but I do need to go and get some well, quite a lot of things, so I should be tackling one of the big supermarkets on Friday evening. I think I might leave it till quite late and hopefully miss some of the crowds. But of course I will be here on Friday to share my update with you. I've only got 1.5 days left to work, which is exciting, and I'm really on a countdown now, really looking forward to the break. So without further ado, I'll go through a few bits and pieces, some comments and some fun stuff that has arisen from your comments. It's been just a joy to read all your comments. You've got involved with everything that I've been talking about here on this Flossmas series, and I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed sort of presenting these little videos to you. So thank you all for being a part of it and making my Advent and my run up to Christmas so much more enjoyable. It is the 10th video, so we only have 2 more after today. That'll be Friday and Sunday, which is Christmas Eve, and that means I have 3 more starts for my 12 starts of Christmas. So I mentioned I was going to just go through some things from the comments, and a lady was, now forgive me if I don't remember the names and stuff, but you'll know who you are. There was a lady that commented that she was trying to get hold of the Brenda Gervais Merry Old Soul chart here in the UK. That's of course the one with Santa on it. I did have a message on Instagram from Sarah, and she said that she was watching the video and she has found it's available at Arts and Designs here in the UK. I don't have a link, but if you Google Arts and Designs, you may know of them already. I don't think I've bought anything from them. Apparently they have that chart now, so run along and grab that if you can. Thank you, Sarah, for letting us know. The other thing that did make me chuckle was I had an email from Deborah, and she is in the US, and I'll read you what she wrote to me. I hope you don't mind, Deborah. She said, Nicola, I watched your floss tube last night and you remarked about the tins at M&S. Now this has been an ongoing theme, hasn't it? Those tins that are now infamous at M&S. She said, you thought in your area they may be sold out, but in the US at Target there may be some, or something like that. Anyway, I was at Target today in Port Charlotte in Florida, and look what I found. I'm going to pop a little picture up here. Again, I hope you don't mind, Deborah. She says the tins are fantastic, and she bought shortbread and they are very tasty. And she thought I might get a giggle out of it. Well, I did, Deborah. Thank you for getting in touch. And yeah, and if you look at the image, you'll see the very one, this one here, is on that display. So do keep an eye out. If you're interested in these tins, then do keep an eye out. And that is just, you know, as I said, you've all got so involved in, you know, the little topics that have cropped up throughout the video. So thank you for that. Moving on to a couple of other questions. Cindy May Stitches asked, where did you get the charms for the gingerbread stitch? And I'm pretty sure that Christina of Whilst Iris Naps mentions on the chart where she got them. They are from an Etsy seller. Let me just see if it's on here. I did get them from Etsy, and I'm sure that Christina gave the information. She just says decorations all sourced from eBay. I beg your pardon, it's not Etsy, it's eBay. I will see if I can find, it was probably, I don't know if it was last Christmas or even the Christmas before that I bought mine. I've had this kitted up for a long time. I will see if I can find where I got mine from. But if not, I would search on eBay or Etsy or Amazon for an enamel alphabet letter charm and see what comes up. And I think anything that's really small should do the job. Another comment was letting me know that the Stitchery in Dorset have the Snowman typeface chart. I think I'll probably just be impatient and get a PDF, but thank you for letting me know. Kendra Elliott was saying beautiful job on the wreath that I made, and does the base smell good? It really does. It smells lovely, and I'm happy to report it's still intact on the front door, even though we've had the wind blowing a hoolie and the rain has been lashing down. So far so good. I'm going to keep fingers crossed that it does stay that way. Another question, another little comment that I had with a question in was from Sharon. I'm going to mention that in a second when I move on to my next new stitch. So I did a little bit of late night shopping last night, not super late, but straight from work. I went to John Lewis to pick up a few bits and pieces. They do have some rather nice tins of biscuits again and chocolates that are just nice little gifts for family members. And while I was in there, I spotted this, which is a decorative trim, as you can see, and it's like these little vintage tree lights. They're nothing fancy, they're just on a little sort of nylon cord, lots of pretty little colours, and they were reduced from £5 to £2.50. So all of the Christmas decorations in John Lewis were reduced by 50%. So I picked those up because I thought they may come in handy for a finish or an ornament finish at some point. So just thought I'd share those with you. Now, how did I get on with the gingerbread man? So G is for gingerbread. It's been hectic. I don't need to keep going on about that. We're all busy at this time of year. But last night I was determined, even if it was just a few stitches, to get a few more stitches on this design. So let me share the image with you again for anyone that's missed it, or anyone that just likes to have a little look at this cheeky chap. And this little charm here is the one that we were talking about just now, this little alphabet charm. So G is for gingerbread by Wild Starry Snaps Designs. I downloaded this as a PDF, and my progress is not very much. Spoiler alert. So if I'd have managed to get the full outline of this little guy, I would say it was like CSI Gingerbread, like one of those body outlines on a crime series. But you can see I sort of made my way around and didn't even quite get to finish the gingerbread man, but at least he has a start. Now, I did mention that my plan is ultimately with these to stitch one for me and one for Justin, and that got my brain ticking over while I was stitching. And I thought, well, I could do two little pillows, one for me and one for him, and I could finish them in a way. Now, what's best to describe this? If I grab this just for illustrative purposes, I could finish with the stitching here and some plain fabric, you know, patterned fabric here on one of them, and do the reverse on the other one, because I want to be close to Justin, even as a gingerbread person. So I thought we could have his and hers, and then the fabric, so the mirror image of this. Does that make sense? And then I thought, well, hang on a minute, if I'm doing that and I'm making two pillows, why don't I join them up? A bit like paper dolls that you cut out from paper and all the paper dolls are holding hands. So I thought I could stitch the next one with the hands touching and just put it next to this one and just do one pillow with the two, the his and hers gingerbread people on, which I thought would be rather cute. And then I thought I could even do it the way Stacey Nash does the animal crackers, like the Whittaker one, where you sort of cut around the shape, and then I could make them like two little gingerbread shaped pillows and sort of join them together with something I don't know, haven't decided on that yet. So let me know what you think of those ideas. I think I'm probably going to go for the two of them just on one pillow. I think that'd be sort of the easiest way to do it. But I think they will be super cute, and I'm hoping that I can get back to these fairly swiftly. So that was that last start that I shared with you on Monday. And of course, it's been living in this wonderful bag. I'm just trying to pop it back in. This wonderful bag that was part of my Advent swap with Paula this year. This was my day one present, and I'm still absolutely in love with it. So my next start. Now, do you remember when we did the, I asked you to choose your favourite of my 12 starts, so that I'd have some sort of running order. Well, the next one up is the Vintage Sampler by Laurie Holt, which is this one, Vintage Christmas Sampler. We were talking about this on Monday, and I asked you to help me choose the fabric colour that I was going to stitch this on. I had a fancy to make it look really sort of, you know, so that sort of 50s vintage vibe. And of course you didn't disappoint. You all helped me out in the comments, and I'll share the results in just a moment. But I did have a few people, including Sharon, who said, what about a coffee tea dyed fabric? And a couple of people said to dye the white Lugana that I had already set aside for it, which is here. And yeah, of course I could do that, but I really fancied something completely different. I've got lots of things on neutral shades of linen. I thought it would be nice to just sort of zhuzh it up a little bit. But thank you for all your comments. Now, this is a bit like a gender reveal, isn't it? So what do you think won? I'm really, really, really happy to reveal to you that my Vintage Christmas Sampler will be stitched on, I need a drum roll, don't I, on the pink. So I'm really pleased that you chose pink, because it was my favourite, and I'm really, really looking forward to doing it. Now, a couple of people mentioned about some of the floss colours. So let me get the flosses out, and I may need to switch a couple, because obviously it's charted for a white or a very sort of off-white. So I think particularly, obviously, things like the peach is not too bad. The pink might disappear a bit. I might need to go a little bit bolder with another pink. But I think the rest of the shades will work really well, and I'm sure I can find a way around it. Another concern, not that it's a huge concern, just a cross-stitching concern, is about the buttons that are on the chart. So we have these little tiny Laurie Holt buttons that are on quite a few, if not all. I think there are only about 4 designs that don't have a button on them somewhere. And I thought about that, and I thought, yeah, that is a bit of a problem. I will obviously, I've got these buttons, and I will see how they measure up on the 36 count. But I think ultimately I will probably use either some coloured glass sequins or some little sort of 2 or 3 mil glass seed beads, and use those in place of the buttons. So I think it will work out okay in the end. We'll have to see. They might get left off, but I'm sure I can make it work with some beads. So thank you for all, so many of you commented. Pink was the overwhelming winner. As I said, I was secretly very pleased about that. So thank you so much for taking the time to leave a comment. So I'll be starting on that one this evening. Okay, that leaves the Advents. And today mine is number 10 and Alfie's is number 20. I know a couple of you missed him. He is going to be back tonight to have his Advent. I've told him, so I can't not do it because he knows he's coming in. But let's open mine. And I have got a classic Colourworks skein of floss in here. And you know there's a theme to this Advent swap that Paula's put together for me. So it's no surprise to know that this is gingerbread. Perfect. Thank you, Paula. It's been absolutely genius the way you've themed this the whole way through, and everything has been just perfect. So I will be really happy to add this to my stash. Beautiful. Okay, I shall pause here and go and get young Alfie and give him his treat. Alfie, come, mummy. No, not my face. Not my face. Not my face. Let me sit down. Let mummy sit down. Okay. Alfie. No, leave the things on the table alone. Mummy's got your treat here. Alfie's got a gingerbread man tonight. You're very keen, my boy, aren't you? You're very keen. You're going to sit. Alfie, come back. You can't get he can't get up now. Come on. Come on then. Oh dear. Right, Alfie, sit. Alfie, sit. Give me a paw. Give me a paw. You give your paw. It's not really working very well tonight. I've given him the treat. Is that nice, Alf? You think I didn't feed this dog, wouldn't you? Believe me, he has had his dinner tonight. I'll see you all again on Friday, and I hope you enjoy your stitching and whatever you're up to until then. So take care. Bye.